Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new stream, and yeah, I'm back. And remember in the last stream where I couldn't go on servers because, well, I didn't verify my age. Well, I had to verify my age in order to access the public things, like servers and things. Well, I was actually able to. I've actually got it verified again, meaning that, well, I think I can go on these again, right? I think I can, yeah. Yeah, I can go on it. Oh, gotta download the packs first. But yeah, I decided to stream today, because it's like, why not? And yeah, like I said before, a few posts back, that I am actually reverting back to, I'm reverting back to 2 episodes a week, because I feel like it's a bit of a chore to try and get 3 episodes out in a week. So I've decided to revert back to, 2 a week. But instead of it being every Tuesday and Thursday like it used to, I've decided to make it every Tuesday and Saturday, sort of spread it out a bit, you know what I mean? It's just, that's what I want to do. And it's more logical if you think about it. Mr. Host Max. Hello, Shangy girl. Hello. New viewer, it seems. Oh shit! Sugar lumps. Right, let's go for you. That's one thing I don't want to get today. A massive shout out. People's in chat. A massive shout out. People's in chat. People's here in chat. Oh, thank you. That's one, because usually in these streams, sometimes I get a bit carried away and I get a bit political. But today for this stream, I'm hoping that I don't get political. I'm hoping that I don't get political. So I'll try not to be political today. That's what I'm trying to do. Not get political. And it's what I'm hoping I don't get. I hope I don't get carried away with it. Even though there are a lot of things in politics today that do piss me off. So I'm going to try not to, talk about it, because I don't need to. And it's not what my channel's about anyway. My channel's about Minecraft, isn't it? Wagwan Maximus made it home from work today. Oh yeah, that's cool. My internet went for a sec for some reason, when you might have started to read my comment. Oh, hello Teddy, how are you? But hello blood. Gonna be that it was gonna be. Oh yeah, glasses. Oh, no worries, Teddy. Oh, got it. Oh. Oh, wait. I just realised that. I've got to go up here. I'm a bit of a fucking idiot sometimes. Right. Okay. I've just realised that, I posted a YouTube short today, right? And it was about 15 or 16 seconds. And it's gotten about, 1,000 views? That is really funny, actually. Because with YouTube, with a short that's about 10 seconds or about 15, 16 seconds, not long at all, it gets pushed to more people due to how short it is. And then more people get to view it, you see. So that's actually quite interesting. Because there was a video I made not too long ago about my UI being too small. And then I made one today about, it's a peep show thing. Like peep show be like. And that got 1,000 views due to how short the runtime was. So it's holy shit, YouTube Shorts are about 10 seconds like long. They get pushed more than regular videos, which is actually quite sad, because YouTube is supposed to be for videos and TikTok is about short videos. And since YouTube Shorts has been pushed, it's one of those things, because how much effort, you should do more Peep Show Shorts, it'll probably get the channel growth. Fair enough, blood. And it's one of those things, and it's like, it's sad because TikTok's for short videos and YouTube should be for long form videos. And it's like, imagine how much effort gets put into a long form video, yeah? All for it to be outdone by a short video. It's like, what the fuck, YouTube? You should be pushing for more long form videos, because that's what your platform was built on, wasn't it? Long form videos. And it's like, you know, what the fuck? The only reason YouTube Shorts became a thing was because of TikTok. TikTok, the app that's actually capitalised on bloody short form content. YouTube only did that because they wanted to grow their bloody corporation out. So, that's it really. But TikTok, YouTube... Well, it used to be called Musical.ly. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me have a look. When was TikTok released? September 2016. Yeah. Well, actually, it was Vine that capitalised on short form content. Vine doesn't exist anymore, yeah? But Vine, even though it's shut down, it stopped being a thing because obviously it's shut down. Vine was actually the very first platform to actually use the idea of short form content. TikTok was released in September 2016 and Vine was released in 2013. So TikTok, or Musical.ly, was released 3 years after Vine. So technically it was Vine that capitalised on short form content. And I guess TikTok sort of... Well, technically Musical.ly was different because it's like you make short little music things. You sort of... It's like, what do you call it? They still do those stupid videos, don't they? Where they lip sync and do those stupid dances. They're fucking horrible. But then there's Vine, where it's like, you got 6 seconds. 6 seconds to be funny. That's what I like about Vine. Daz Black. Fucking brilliant guy. Daz Black. Daz Games. He started off on Vine. And honestly, I've seen a compilation. Actually, wait. I think the British way of saying compilation is compilation. But I say compilation. Just like everyone else. I have never said it like that before. Compilation. I have never said it like that before. Compilation. I say compilation. I'm from England, by the way. Yeah. And you know how they say the American term is controversy, but the British term is controversy? I don't say controversy. I say controversy. I've never said controversy before. It's one of those things, though, isn't it? It's like one of those things that's like, whatever you hear the most, that's what gets implemented into your accent, isn't it? I've never said compilation. I've always said compilation. I've never said controversy. I've always said controversy. It's just how you grow up saying things or hearing things, isn't it? That makes you, that kind of adds, like, you've got a personal accent, haven't you? Your accent is built off of how you hear things pronounced the most, or how you know what I mean? That's how it starts, isn't it? Your accent is developed from how you hear things pronounced the most. Yes, you get your accent from where you're grown up in. But by the way, guys, I know a few people in England, yeah, who grew up on American telly, and guess what? They speak American. They speak American because they grew up on American television in Britain. So that's a thing as well. So if I, not to sound mean here, but if I was a young child who got raised on Indian television, that would probably mean I'd sound more Indian, wouldn't I? Because, you know, grew up on Indian television, so... But that's how it is, though, isn't it? It's what you watch the most that formulates your accent, isn't it? That's the thing. Your accent isn't just because of where you've grown up in. That's your nationality, isn't it? I'm from England, so I'm English, and that's my nationality. But my accent is English, yes. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, your accent isn't just where you're from. Your English is just... Your accent is what you've developed. It's what you've grown personally. Yo, Piercer, how are you? Never said compilation. It's always been compilation to me. Never said controversy. It's always been controversy to me. It's just how things are said, isn't it? It doesn't matter how you say things. I mean... Is it though? It depends. It's probably it's the same word, but it's said differently. Compilation, compilation. Controversy, controversy. It's just how you say it, isn't it? But that's alright. Don't matter. You're still a person at the end of the day, no matter how you say it. I think the way people pronounce things shouldn't define who you are. It's just how you say it, isn't it? Gonna be, gonna be, gonna be. I thought it was gonna be, gonna be, gonna be. Not that it was gonna be, gonna be, gonna be. Not that it was gonna be, gonna be, gonna be. Do 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 do. Oh, shit on it. That's what Martin says in Friday Night Dinner. Shit on it. Such a good show. Fucking brilliant show. In-Betweeners is one of the best ones. In-Betweeners, fucking brilliant. Not the American one, the British one. Oh, God, the American one. I've not seen the full show. I've not seen the full thing, the US In-Betweeners. But I've seen, like, little clips of it, and honestly, just fucking hell, no. No. Why does that happen, by the way? Why does British media have to be Americanised? Like, with The Office, believe it or not, The Office was actually a UK show, a British programme, that then, obviously, Hollywood saw, and they decided, you know what, why don't we do a US version with Steve Carell? And then what else was there? Skins. There was... Skins started out as a UK show, but then obviously Hollywood decided to make a US version of Skins. I think Shameless was also a UK programme that got Americanised. Even In-Betweeners, we know that. But we always have a go for saying, oh, why does British programmes have to be Americanised? But sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes there's an American programme that ends up getting Britishised, doesn't it? Like The Flaw, for instance. The Flaw, yeah? A US version of The Peep Show would just be a Call of Duty show. The thing is with the American In-Betweeners is that they didn't know why the British In-Betweeners works so well. The reason why the UK In-Betweeners works is because it's more relatable to a British audience. A British audience who has been to a sixth form school. You know what I mean? It relates to British students. Because in the UK, there's always going to be that group in the UK, isn't there? The funny ones and the really stupid ones. There's always that one group in a UK school, isn't there? Just a group of friends having a laugh and having a joke around. And talking about fucking sex all day. Yeah? But in the US, the Hollywood treated it like it was just another high school show. Or just another high school movie. Like, there's nothing to it. They didn't change it. They didn't change it to relate to an American school audience. They just kept it the same, but they changed a few things, and that's it. It's like, honestly, it's so bad. But like I said, it is sometimes the other way around as well. Like with The Flaw, an American program where there's different categories, and then there's a different person with a different category that challenges someone on another category. That got Britishified recently. A Welshman, the host of the UK version of The Flaw, season 1 of The Flaw, which is aired this year. Literally, some shows do get UKified. Some American shows do get Britishified. Britified, I should say. Britified, yeah, Britified. I guarantee it's like that as well in other countries. Yeah. Yes, we do get British shows that end up becoming Americanised. And we do get shows that do become Britified, like The Flaw. But we also... You know what I hope does not get Americanised? Doctor Who. When I mean Americanised, I hope they don't do an American version of Doctor Who. Like, could you imagine the Doctor being American? Because the whole heart of Doctor Who, I think, is because it's British and it's set in Britain. I think that's why Doctor Who works so well as a sci-fi programme. It's not just because all the TARDIS, Gallifrey and Daleks and so much more. It's because it's got that British charm to it. Right? Aliens invading London, the Doctor comes along and he saves it. That's what I like about it. I'm hoping to release episode 155 of Let's Talk on Tuesday, since I haven't recorded in a month, because there's been no sound in both recordings. Then I'm hoping Let's Talk date and time get back to normal. Fair enough. Could you imagine an American Doctor Who? Right? Maybe, because usually in Doctor Who, the main place on Earth is London. We get an English companion from London, and then we get a Doctor, either from the north, either from Scotland, or anywhere else. The Doctor can literally be anywhere. Hell, recently, we had a Scottish Rwandan Doctor, so that's interesting. So basically, if there was an American Doctor, that'd be fucking brilliant. I wouldn't want it, because I don't think Doctor Who should be Americanised. But imagine that, yeah? You're in Washington, D.C., the capital city, since London's the capital city and that's where Doctor Who usually takes place. Washington, D.C., the capital city of the United States. That could be the main setting on Earth, yeah? There's people there chilling out and we meet a companion. And then the Doctor's TARDIS. What would the TARDIS be? Because the whole... Right? The reason why the TARDIS is a blue police box is that because that's what you'd find in 1960s London. What would you find in 1960s America? What would you find? What about, it could be a diner. A diner, or what about... What could you get? A gun shop? I'm only joking, a gun shop. Just one look at you. Do. I don't know, just whatever. But the TARDIS turns up, yeah? And then the Doctor comes out like this. Yo, what's up? I'm the Doctor, and I come from the planet... And I'm a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Hello. Hi there, sweetheart. What's your name? Oh, my name's Felicia. Felicia Greenwood. Ah, nice to meet you, Felicia Greenwood. I'm the Doctor, and I'm a Time Lord from Galley the Fray, if you know what I'm saying. What? Oh, fine. Gallifrey. I'm a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Time Lord? What's Gallifrey? Gallifrey is a planet from the constellation of Castorberus. Time Lords have two hearts, and when they die, or when they get close to a near-death experience, they go through this thing called regeneration. When they're close to death, they change their bodies to survive their death. When they die, they're basically reborn into a new body. You're still the same person. You've still got the same mind and memories. You're just a new person. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what the hell is that? Oh my god, it's a giant alien hurtling towards the White House. I guess we need to do something about that. Oh, why am I involved? Because I've just met you, sweetheart, and it seems like we've gone along just fine, so come on into my TARDIS. Oh my god, it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. TARDIS, time and relative dimension in space. It has a chameleon circuit, but many centuries ago, the chameleon circuit malfunctioned and now it's stuck as a diner forever, but I don't mind it because I think it looks really cool. Anyway, about that alien, why is it targeting the White House, and why is it in America specifically? We will find out soon enough. Oh god, imagine an American doctor. What about a Texan doctor? Yeehaw, sweet. Yeehaw, cowgirl. I'm a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. I'm the Doctor. You're a great actor, Max. Thanks, Teddy. God, an American doctor there. Oh, God. No, I think the core fundamentals behind Doctor Who is that it's got to be British. That is what it is. It's got to be British. Cannot be American. No problem, mate. No, thanks, Teddy. Oh, let me try and kill this guy. Oh, shit. Come on. Where is it? Target White House. Chameleon rock. Malfunctioned. Oh, shit. Shit. Die, bitch. Die, bitch! You're gonna die tonight! Oh, run, itchy, run. Run. Sugar Lobs! Oh, I love the Doctor Who theme tune. Run, Max, run. Oh shit, is anyone follow? You are now in combat. Oh shit. Oh well. Ugh. Then I look at you. What did you do? Oh god. Is there anyone else in here? Right, let's go and find somebody. Oh! Wait a minute, what's wrong? What's this? Ah! They're gonna get me! Die, bitch! Die, you dickhead! Ah! Knob job. An American doctor, Jesus Christ. I mean, there is probably potential, as long as they change it up for an American audience. That's it. They should keep the key things about the Doctor. That he's a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. He has 2 hearts. He can regenerate, and he has a TARDIS. But there's one thing: change the iconography of the TARDIS. And that's how you can tell that Doctor Who, there's the British Doctor Who is British because it has a police box, and you can tell that it's American Doctor Who because it's got a different TARDIS. Do not make the TARDIS exterior a blue police box, because the reason it's a blue police box is because it's from 1960s London. And maybe turn the TARDIS in the American version into something from 1960s America, or just anywhere really. Or why not a tank or something? Like a war tank. But wouldn't that look a bit out of place? What about just a gun... No, that does sound a bit wrong, but what about a gun shop? No, just a diner. Just do an American diner. I think that's one of the most harmless things you could do. And also it can easily integrate into society. I can definitely see Hollywood doing an American Doctor Who if they actually put their effort in. With all the CGI, do a block of ice for America. Oh my god. A block of ice. I can see Hollywood doing an American Doctor Who if they actually put effort in. What they should do is that they should do what the 2005 reboot did by just... Oh, the Doctor's a mysterious man that we don't know about yet. We get to know about him for about... Why don't you do about 12 or 10 episodes a season of the American Doctor Who? Do not do 8 episodes, because that was one of the biggest mistakes that modern Who has made recently. Making it 8 episodes. 8 episodes with a 45-minute runtime. It doesn't work. We don't get... Because they've made it 8 episodes, but they've still kept the Monster of the Week format. And in 8 episodes, that's not long enough for us to engage with the companion. So make it 10 episodes. Maybe make the runtime about 50 minutes or something. And then make it 10 episodes each and make the runtime for each episode about 50 minutes. Just so that we can get to know. So we can, like, you know, get to know the companions a bit more throughout 10 episodes for 50 minutes. And then, yeah, you know what I mean? Do what 2005 reboot did. Do not do exposition galore, where it's like, oh, the Daleks are from Skaro. It's like, most of them probably don't even know that. So just take it slow. Build the show up piece by piece. The Doctor's an alien from the planet Gallifrey. The Doctor has a bit of a conflict going on. We get to know about the companions' conflicts. We get to know what they like and dislike. That is what we like, you know. That's what I like to do. Don't make it exposition galore. I'm a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. My greatest enemy is the Daleks. The Daleks are partially mutated aliens who became mechanicalized, and now they're literally just Nazis. They desire to purify everything in the known universe. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Please, just build it piece by piece. One season we get to learn about the Doctor from episode 1 to 10, like build up who he is. We get to find out who he is as the episodes go on. Season 2, we get to discover more about his planet. We get to discover more about who he hates the most, aka the Daleks, the Cybermen. And then, I'd say the Daleks, keep the Daleks as the Doctor's greatest enemies, because they are. The Daleks are just the Doctor's greatest enemies. They always should be. Or the Master. The Master, if for some who don't know, is the Doctor's childhood friend. And basically, he had been driven mad. The Doctor wanted to save the universe, but the Master wanted to conquer the universe. So they basically stopped being friends, and now they've been lifelong enemies. The Master is an insane, maniacal person. You can literally do so much with Gallifrey, you can do so much with the Time Lords, you can do so much with, like, the idea of the Doctor Who. Like, there's so much Doctor Who history. Like, there's so many Doctor Who villains that could be refurbished for a modern audience, if done right. I think what Russell got wrong about modernising a villain, when we mean modernise a villain for this day and age, we mean update them. Like, we mean update them as in their personality and update their intentions. Update who they actually are, because that's what worked in 2005 with the Daleks. The Daleks before in the classic era were just machines who wanted to exterminate people. But as we learned in 2005's reboot, we learned that the Daleks are mad machines that are ruthless killing machines who want to purify everyone in the known universe. That is literally the Daleks. We get to learn about them. They're just ruthless. When we mean refurbish, we do not mean by just turning Sutekh into a giant dog. We do not mean refurbish Omega. We do not mean refurbish Omega by, turning him to a big skeleton ghoul thingy. And we do not mean modernise Davros by making him stand on legs. Because the whole idea behind Davros is that he's a partially mutated Khaled where he has no torso and he has no legs, so he has to use a Dalek casing. Davros is the creator of the Daleks. He's a partially mutated Khaled who relies on a casing to get around. We do not mean modernise him by cleaning him up and making him a man in a costume with legs. No, that is not what we mean by modernise. Or refurbish him for the modern era. No, keep the designs similar, but sort of change them a little bit. Not too much. Don't make them unrecognisable, but sort of change them a little bit. Refurbish them for the modern day. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that complicated, surely. Like, there's so much you could do with Doctor Who. And if the Americans were to do a Doctor Who, all I say is, do not make the Doctor the reason why the Time Lords can regenerate in the first place. Because there is a story in Doctor Who called The Timeless Child. I got to go see you, Max. See you, Teddy. There's a story called The Timeless Child, and it's basically a revelation where it turns out centuries ago, the Doctor is a child from another universe who came through a rift. A biological Time Lord. The original race of Time Lords, or the indigenous race of Time Lords, are called Shobogans. A Shobogan explorer picked up the child, discovered she could regenerate, locked her away from society, and continued to experiment on her to try and replicate the power. She eventually did replicate this power and was able to grant every single Shobogan the ability to regenerate. And basically, they kept on torturing this child for all of eternity for her power. Until eventually she did get free, she got a bit older, and then obviously became the Doctor, ran away with Susan. Do not make the Doctor the main reason for why the Time Lords can regenerate. Just make the Doctor a regular Time Lord who has a 12 regeneration limit. Do not make them a godchild from another universe who is responsible for the Time Lord's regenerative process. No. Obviously, the Time Lords are allowed to have a reason for why. They're allowed to have a reason, but, like, maybe do not make the power source behind regeneration the Doctor. Why not just make the power source just a regular creature who has the regenerative power? Why does it have to be the Doctor? There's more than one Time Lord, you know. Like, come on. But that's my rant. I created my own headcanon to make the Timeless Child work. I don't want to explain it because some people might not even like it. But I created my own headcanon to sort of justify it a little bit. Like, because they say that the Doctor having infinite regenerations and being the core reason why the Time Lords can regenerate in the first place, causes numerous plot holes. Because there has been an arc. The time of the Doctor, for instance, it was like the 11th Doctor was banging on about, oh, this is my final regeneration and this is where I end. And then Clara begged the Time Lords through a time crack to grant him more regenerations. And then they did, and it's like they don't know how many regenerations that they granted him. And it's like, I've got my own headcanon to make it where the time crack wasn't really a time crack in Gallifrey. And I've made it where, like, the Time Lord and the Rassilon didn't really grant the Doctor any more regenerations. They just lied to prevent him finding out the eventual truth, aka the Timeless Child. So I've sort of made it make sense to a degree, and I've made it where the rift wasn't a rift to another universe. I do not like the idea of the Doctor being from another universe. I think that's a bit stupid. I don't like that idea. I like the idea of the rift being the time vortex, but to the Explorer, it just looked like a rift at the time, but really that was the birth of the time vortex. The child had been used for its youthful energy, and they turned a big sun that was literally right next to the planet. They turned that into a supernova. No, there was an antimatter black hole not too far away from the planet. Omega harnessed the power of the antimatter black hole, harnessed the power of the youthful child, the youthful energy, because children have lots and lots of energy to burn off, don't they? So he just thought, I'll kidnap a Shibogan child, harness their youthful energy, combine it with the antimatter black hole's energy, create the time vortex. The time vortex created a heart which could literally grant infinite regenerations. It went to the child. The child had been disposed of and it stood next to a shrine. Omega tried to escape on his ship, but he got sucked into the antimatter black hole, where he would obviously live which is where he obviously lives in the Three Doctors. The child was discovered by Tetayun, the Shibogan explorer, exploited for its ability. Basically, the Matrix, basically it becomes whatever you think, and it harnesses what your every Time Lord's memories. Basically, I decided to make it where the Matrix is also an AI generator. Basically, you know how AI, like, say you asked it to generate a picture of a green ogre, the AI will go through social media or will go through Google. Because believe it or not, the way AI is built, you've got to feed AI already existing media in order for it to take inspiration. Quote unquote inspiration, definitely not content theft. So basically, the Matrix is like an AI generator through time. Basically, the young Doctor, right, had always been taken out by Division to do missions. They would promise her her freedom, but when she completed the mission, they'd use a chameleon arch or a Time Lord fob watch to harness her memories and keep her under control, send her back to the Time Lord Matrix, and etc. And basically the tradition, you know, the Untempered Schism? The Untempered Schism is a window into the time vortex. Basically, every 8-year-old Time Lord who looks into the Untempered Schism would be granted a 12 regeneration cycle. Basically, the director has the power to open doors into the time vortex, and he can also harness the child's regenerative energy. He would harness the regenerative energy, and that would grant an 8-year-old Time Lord 12 regenerations. Eventually, the child thought of the words, I want an escape, and then the Matrix would rummage through time to take inspiration from a thing that could be a get-out-of-jail-free card, aka the TARDIS, the blue police box, explaining why the fugitive Doctor's TARDIS looks so much like the actual police box, when it shouldn't. You have to really concentrate on those words in order for it to be manifested into reality. Eventually, it does get manifested into reality She gets into that TARDIS and she escapes the Matrix. The director comes through because it's time to grant an 8-year-old Time Lord a regenerative cycle, discovers the child is gone, and alerts Tecteun. They send out time ships and spaceships to go and look for the Doctor. The Doctor has gone to modern day England to live in Gloucester, England, and has been hiding away from the Time Lord Division and the Judoon, because the Judoon and Division have teamed up to try and locate the Doctor. In the end, they do take down the Judoon with the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. So basically, she has knowledge of being the Timeless Child. She sort of helps the 13th Doctor a little bit. And then after that, she just turns up every now and again. She goes on adventures and things. And then eventually, she gets into a high-stakes chase with the Division. She gets shot down by one of the ships and it crash lands on a planet. She regenerates, but before she regenerates, the director uses a device that sort of age reverses her into a young boy, which that young boy would eventually grow up to become William Hartnell's first Doctor. They also stole his time vortex heart, which granted him infinite regenerations in the first place, meaning he can't regenerate anymore. They take him to the Untempered Schism. Basically, they put the time vortex heart into the regenerator, which, when the Untempered Schism would open, the regenerator would pump out a new regeneration cycle. So they took the young boy Doctor to the Untempered Schism, was granted 12 regenerations, and they used the fob watch to wipe his entire memory of the Division in the first place. And then he would get adopted by the Barn people, and then that's where his journey officially begun as the Doctor. So I've sort of changed it up a bit. I've changed the idea of the rift being from another universe. Now, I've changed the idea of the rift being from another universe into just being the time vortex. I don't mind it. It doesn't change too much about the idea of it. But I also think, because I don't like the idea of the Doctor being from another planet or another universe, he's always been from Gallifrey. He's been from the birth of it. He's been there since the time of Shoboga, the Shobogans, way before Gallifrey or the Time Lords were even a thing. So it doesn't change too much about it, but I kind of think it makes it better. And it kind of erases those plot holes that were there before. I think it kind of fixes the plot holes anyway. So yeah, I think that's pretty good, to be fair. It's a good headcanon. It's a good way to plug those plot holes, I guess. That's my headcanon. I don't like the idea of the Doctor being a mythical legend from another universe. It's just a bit stupid. Why are we turning the Doctor into a god? I know he's always been presumed as a god because of his regeneration, but every Time Lord could do that. But I think it sort of justifies it. It makes it better. What's up? Wait, hold on a sec. Do-do-do. Oh, what's going on? Oh. I think I might do one more of this. Let me reload it. Oh, nice. Oh, shit. Oh, I've just been killed. Right, okay. Sorry if I've gone quiet, guys. I don't know. I think it's just like I've not got much to say. Sorry, guys. I've just not had much to say yet. I'll probably just try and kill a few people here, and then I'll probably go on to a design world or something. You know, just make it a little bit easier, if you go on a lane. That's something I've been passionate about, you know. Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. Like, I've literally got a Doctor Who painting behind me on my wall. I've wanted, well, not always, because I've not always been a Doctor Who fan, not until as of recent, but I've kind of seen that, I've had a few episode ideas myself, you know, and it's like, I would love, if I was given the opportunity, I would love to write for Doctor Who. I'd love to write for Doctor Who, I'd love to write for the Doctor, I'd love to write for Doctor Who. Which I don't think they would give the option to do that. Because, like, especially with the state that Doctor Who's in at the moment, I don't know if I would. I mean, if I was offered the role of showrunner, then yes, I would obviously take the role. Because it's like, I do want to change... I don't want to change Doctor Who fully. But I do have some ideas. And I do have some arcs up my sleeve. Sure, maybe it'll... kind of, you know, we'll see what the budget is, but I've got a few ideas personally. I've probably planned out a lot of things. Like, there's an episode I've thought of that I'd really love to write. I'm not sure if it'll be too complicated for people to comprehend, but I think it'd be easy enough to understand visually. You get to work things out visually. What I liked about Doctor Who in the past is that you're in an environment, you don't know how it works, but you get to watch the Doctor figure it out for themselves. What I don't like about Doctor Who nowadays is that you do not get to look at things. Hi, what content do you do? I do Minecraft, mate. Like, you know how, like... You know those classic Let's Play things where it's, like, Lovely World and things, like Stampy and that? That sort of thing. That's my kind of Minecraft content. I don't do the bloody Minecraft hardcore ones or the SMP ones. I don't do those ones. It's just not my thing. It's just too much. It's pumped out all the time. Nah, I'm okay. I'm alright, thanks. I just don't want to play much music at the moment. Fair enough, pal. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, I'd love to write for Doctor Who. I've got an idea. What I like about Doctor Who is that it's not just the characters who figure things out. It's also the audience gets to figure things out as well if they look close enough. You get to look at the environment, look at how things are working, look at how things are manufactured. Oh, you're not one of them, are you? You're not here to piss me off, are you? Look, come on. Let's not get into that, please. Because it's like, it's been a while. I've not mentioned that side since forever. Genuine question. Look, I've moved on for that, mate. It's like, it's almost been like, what, 2 years? And we're still going on about that. It's like, come on. I've moved on, personally. It's like, come on. Are you genuinely here because you want to be? Or are you just here because you want to try and piss me off? Is that why you're here? Are you just here to try and piss me off? Or are you genuinely here because you want to be here? Because when you brought up that person, I feel like you are genuinely trying to do my head in here. You're trying to create more controversy than needs to be. Because it's like, I've not talked about them, I've not said anything, I've not talked about any topics involving them for a very long time. Not for a few months. And as far as I'm aware, they've not mentioned me. So it's like, I want to keep it that way, please. Is the specs a sign of maturity or menopause? Mate, are you stupid? Only women get menopause. Do your research. And no, the reason I've got specs is because my left eye isn't as good with vision as my right eye is. So really, these glasses are more beneficial for my left eye. Oh my god, it's you. Piss off. Why are you here? Why are you even here? Do you not have anything better to do? Do you not have anything... Josh, do you not have anything better to do than lurking in my streams? Like, isn't that just a bit... Isn't that just a waste of time? Isn't that just a waste of time? Because you're just watching me talk about random shit, and you're just there. You're trying to get a reaction out of me, which, congratulations, you kind of have. So, but it's like, you're trying to stir the pot here, mate. So, like, just bugger off, will you? Like, come on. Well, my night's been ruined. Anyway, we won't let him... Anyway, fuck him. Don't forget about him. Let's just continue with this. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here, so that's into this stream. If you drop a subscribe and give it a like. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.